Welcome back to Building Dreams with Virtue Homes. I'm your host, and joining me in the studio today, we have Virtue's very own in-house building designers, Emma and Hamish.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for joining me. We are so excited for this episode. We'll be talking about something that I think will have a lot of ears pricked.
Yes.
The new Eden 37 display, currently under construction.
Very exciting. It's coming along very nicely.
Yeah. So when is that expected to be finished?
I would like to say the end of the year, but Lee, the supervisor, may not like me saying that. So
Soon-ish?
ish.
Oh, it'd be really
very
great.
Ish. Yeah.
Hopefully in 2026,
Yes.
if not, then the very start of 2027, which
Yes.
is fast approaching.
It is.
So can you tell me a little bit about the Eden 37 beyond just the name? What is the inspiration behind the design, and what are you hoping to achieve?
Well, with this one, we've decided to go with a mid-century modern kind of feel, something a little bit different to what every other builder's been building and stuff like that. So, yeah, the inspiration was, dark, moody, bringing the garden into, or like the outdoor into the indoor and stuff like that. And yeah, I think that the mid-century modern kind of feel is starting to come back. We've had a couple of, clients that are wanting to go more that direction rather than the Hamptons or, contemporary and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think not even just in like home design, but through all sorts of design, fashion even, it's that like retro style is coming back very much. And in the
Furniture
colours.
and styling and everything.
Everything.
It's
We're
becoming
all
really,
hearkening back to like the 60s, 70s.
yeah. We're actually watching a webinar the other day on the like Milan Design Week or whatever, and same thing. They've flagged that it's mid-century. It's very much
It's
coming back in thing. So,
vogue.
yeah.
That's
which is
very
exciting. Means
It
we're
is.
on the right path. We're like a step ahead. So
Yeah, and that's what we aim to be doing, is our display homes to be that one step ahead from the other builders and stuff like that. So
Setting the trend rather than
Yeah.
following.
trying to be cool.
Trying to be cool and hip. I love it. So is that a huge part of the design process for a new display home? Like what are the steps that you take to design a new display home for a custom home builder?
Sorry,
No, you
it's
go.
pretty exciting because especially when we sort of came up with this brief and wanted to go down, and we're a very collaborative team. So not just obviously in the design team, but the wider Virtues. Like we all sort of like to get involved and be able to sort of share our expertise and work together, not just with obviously displays, but with client homes as well. And this was a sort of a good one where, like, especially because it's a bit of a fun brief too, where we were able to sort of. We actually originally went and downloaded all these floor plans of original mid-century
right,
modern.
yeah.
Then we got out a heap of tracing paper and kind of put it over the top, and we were doing bubble diagrams and all that to really sort of
That's so
figure
cool.
out, all our flows and zones, and
right,
really
yeah.
build a concept, I suppose, that was going to work both as the brief, but also to do with the site too as well, because obviously we had a very restricted site in the dimensions are it, and as well as obviously trying to get solar orientation and
Yes.
all the rooms in the right locations, but still have authenticity to being mid-century modern in the design. So
That's really cool. So it's in its core, it is like an original 60s, 70s design, just updated and modified for modern energy ratings. And
Modern living,
needs.
I guess.
Yeah. That's really cool. Oh,
Yeah.
I like that. So like essentially walking through, it's almost like you're taking a step back in time, like walking back through your grandparents' place.
It's kind of
or-
like, it's like Emma was saying too, having that whole blurring the indoors and outdoors kind of spaces and stuff. There's a lot of components you'll find in the home which give you that feel, if that makes sense, which like I said, in the design stuff, but also when you walk in, you'll feel the space and you'll feel, like I suppose, the window, the sun, and like it's all part of it. Well, we hope you do. So
Yeah,
that's
that's in the design. Now it's up to the trades to actually bring that to life. Yeah,
And so far they're doing a really good job at doing that. Yeah.
that's exciting. So what stage of the construction is the home in currently?
Currently it's being bricked We've got some really great brickies out on site at the moment, and they've been working really closely with us, the design team, to make sure that those components that we're doing that are a little bit extra than what we usually would do on a standard house, that they are, you know, the right measurements, and they're to what our vision was for this home. So yeah, so it's being bricked at the moment, and the carpenters are working on starting to do some more cladding. So
Oh,
as well, so it's
very
getting
exciting.
there.
And another cool thing as well about being the custom home builder, like I said, with the trades and showing how good our trades are too. We've done some very technical sort of work with the especially the bricks,
Yeah.
the bricklayer and stuff, which is going to be a wow. I think
Yeah.
it's something you're not going to see in other display homes. So.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, a little bit of a like cut above.
Yeah, which
Well,
is
I'd like to say I cut above the rest. Yeah. Yeah.
Exciting. So, being the designers and being a custom home builder, you guys are essentially taking the role of the clients when it comes to interacting with the trades, like the referring to you and asking you for your opinions and things in the design. Whereas if it was a customer's home, that those sort of questions would go to the clients.
sort of like I'd say with the client, we're still very much on board. Like it is still a conversation, and it is also both of us sort of, it's all very collaborative, the whole process. And it's not just the design team, like even the selections team and stuff. The materiality is a really important part of mid-century too. And some of the selections that have gone into that are stunning. Like the
I
tiles
have heard it has been a long and very meticulous process in making those selections. I can't wait to see. I got a little preview and I cannot wait to see it actually in the home.
Oh, I'm so excited. And Emma and Tanya have just blown it out of the park with this one. I think that we've got our joinery meeting next Monday, and I'm so excited to see what Roddy, our cabinet maker, brings to the table, because those girls have just aced it, I reckon, in this house. So like they do at every house, obviously, but
in particular, they've really gone, again, a step beyond the usual.
Yeah.
Is that a real collaborative process between the building designers and the selections team?
With display homes, yes, because we do have this vision, being the design team, going, this is what we'd like. We've obviously got to get approval from the big rigs like Mick and Nerida, but we present that to the head honchos to go, is this something that we can achieve? This is our vision, and when they're all on board, that's when it gets pretty collaborative between the styling team and the designers, just with different shades and all of that stuff, different colours and everything. And but really the girls do take the reins when it comes to it. We just have, like, if they want to ask our opinions on something, we go, yeah, like we love that, or maybe something different. So
it kind of works out well, like you're saying, with us sort of playing sort of like the client sort of role.
Yeah.
We've got like a shared Pinterest board that we're all putting into inspo in there, so make sure we are sort of talking the same language and the same sort of thing. So that's been the case of when we saw what they'd selected, and it's like perfect.
That's what you had sort of in your head.
They get, like, they've pretty much come into our minds and gone, oh, I know what these guys guys want, and they're loving it. They're like, oh, we haven't done something like this before, so they're really loving it.
It would be something unique. A lot of the other Virtue displays have either been the brunch style Windsor, which is very Hamptons, cross country, chateau, and then the rest are very contemporary.
Very contemporary.
Contemporary. This is something really different. I can imagine everyone who has worked on it has enjoyed getting to really delve into something
absolutely.
new.
Yeah.
And it's been good as well, and probably tricky too, to make sure you stick to, because it's very easy to be like, oh, maybe we can go down a bit more contemporary here or stuff. Like it is still a contemporary take, but we've done, I think, a really good job in making sure it's very true. Like, I suppose is the
it's got that authenticity about it. Yeah, I love that you guys downloaded like actual floor plans from that era.
That was literally
and so, like,
the first
and
thing
it's
we did.
part of it is it's a real 60s, 70s home. Which
Yeah.
is really exciting.
It is.
So can you guys tell me a bit about the process of building a display home for a custom home builder? I imagine volume builders, they go for a popular floor plan or something like that, and they'll build it, and what you see is what you get. Virtue, you don't choose a floor plan, it's tailored to the client.
Yeah.
So how do you decide what to display?
Yeah, so it's a really good question. It's quite tricky to land on an architectural style. So we kind of look into the trends to try and find, is there something that's coming up in the market? What haven't we seen? And that's why we decided to settle on mid-century modern, because we could see that a couple of clients of ours have gone, oh, we want turned bricks and we want timbers and like, the muted tones. And we thought, is that something that's coming back? We couldn't see it in any other builders that they were really displaying this. So we thought, let's do it. Like, let's go all in on this. And it's actually an architectural style you do have to kind of go all into, because it is, and it's so varied between, there's mid-century and then there's mid-century. So like, it's so varied. So it was really fun to come up with not our own mid-century, but to go with us, a specific take on mid-century.
Yeah, like our direction and stuff. Because we have, like we were talking about the other day, we do a fair bit of like Palm Springs and stuff like that. It's quite popular around here.
Virtue is starting to become synonymous with a mid-century modern Palm Springs with the light-coloured homes. Yeah.
So it's kind of like when we're talking about, it's like, do you go that way or do we go something like a bit warmer or maybe a bit more Australian? And but also trying to create something that, I suppose, as a custom home builder, there's got to be a reason to come to our display village to see how, so it's not just the same as all the others, and it really will be. I suppose it's kind of a point where if they see it online or through the socials and stuff, it's like, wow, I've got to go see that, because
like, I'm intrigued. 100%.
Yeah. And hopefully just to get the brain juices flowing in their way, because like I feel like in the design I find it most exciting when a client comes and it's like, I've got a big idea.
Yeah.
Can you make it happen? Because we do get a fair few really fun ones.
Yeah, we do.
Sort of try and sort of work with it. So hopefully, yes, like you said, it's not about here's a floor plan, go build that. It's like get you ticking over and being like, okay, well, like I could do this, or I've seen something like this, or can we do this, or and really bring out personality, because that's another thing that I was saying in that Milan design thing was, it's like we're entering a time now where a lot more people want to do things that represent them more so than just what they've seen on Pinterest or anything like that. It's kind of like this is all about finding yourself, personality, and growth, I suppose.
Yeah, reflecting them as individuals and as families.
Yep.
That's really
the future.
And especially with the rising cost of living and fuel and everything like that, people are wanting to spend more time at home now with their families. So it's like
got to be a home that you
it's
love.
got to be a home for them that they So it's definitely going to be, I'm really excited for it, because it's something way out of the park. I didn't think that like we'd be going this route. So it was, it's really exciting.
To get the yeses there has got the whole team very excited. Yeah, absolutely. And I know like Virtue's displays aren't so much again about showcasing a floor plan and like this is the home that you can build. It's all about inspiration. So do you think that the Eden in particular will be inspiring for those who walk through it, that it will give them some ideas? And
So
I reckon there'll be a lot of wow moments, and there's a fair few things in there that we've done which you're not going to see elsewhere. Like
jaws will be dropping.
Yep.
I hope so.
Absolutely. And are we hoping maybe to inspire some clients to translate that into their designs? Are we forecasting seeing a little bit more of this mid-century style?
I think so. Like, I mean, when I started here 5 years ago, there was nothing, like mid-century was not a thing. Not even Palm Springs wasn't even really something that was being talked about.
It was
or
still
anything like
very
that.
contemporary.
It was very contemporary, very Hamptons. We still get the odd like traditional and stuff like styles homes, but it was very contemporary, modern Hamptons. And now it's things are changing. Pinterest and Instagram, they bring, like they do. I find Instagram and Pinterest really help my juices flow when I'm like trying to design someone's house. And so like what's being portrayed on social media is leaning more towards that way, like, you know, the lighter, you've got your light and airy, and then you've got your moody, warm kind of
Like sensual,
Yeah.
very like speakeasy 70s.
Yeah. and a lot less black and grey as well. A lot less black and grey.
Seen a lot of timbers. I talked
Mm.
last season with Tanya and Laura from Carpet Country about just trends in design. Tanya being our colour consultant at Virtue, and they're saying the same thing. A lot warmer tones, brushed brass, and like quite rich tones and tapware and hardware and lots of timbers. Is this the sort of direction that the Eden's going?
Maybe. You'll just have to wait and see. You'll have to just wait and see.
I am really excited. You did touch on the Eden, and I'm assuming this is the inspiration for the name of the display, that the house is really bringing the outside in.
Yes.
How are you achieving this in the design?
Well, we do have a beautiful fernery. I don't want to give too much away. We do have a lovely fernery that has been incorporated into the design.
Right.
So that you can see from three sides pretty much in the house. Like it's
a
so-
big like internal atrium.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, internal, external. And it really just like the light just coming in from these windows. I don't want to give too much away. But yeah.
It's all top secret
Yeah,
stuff, but
but,
it sounds divine.
Yeah, and just having a really lush garden kind of presence in the landscaping and everything like that. It's just trying to, you know, bring that.
Really blur those edges
Yeah.
between outside and inside, which
Yeah.
is also something I think we're seeing a bit in design, and especially here in Australia, it's always been about indoor-outdoor living.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a country that is warm a lot of the year. Maybe not in Victoria, but
Yes.
we love a good barbie out the back. So is that also something that you consider when designing the display homes, that need, that craving for an indoor-outdoor lifestyle?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I suppose it is one, both trying to stick to the style as much as it is and keeping it traditional to that, but also still keeping it contemporary and to be, especially about how people use their homes, both how it is now compared to, I suppose, the style that we are aiming for at the time. So
Things
there's
have
obviously
changed
things
in
change and
over 50 years. Yeah.
spot on. So but like you said, still trying to keep all that in where, like you said, that fernery which opens onto study, entry, hallway,
Oh, you've
living,
gone
dining.
deep into it.
Too far, but it's but making sure it's all sort of still the way people live, and then
It makes
eating
sense
and,
for today's lifestyles.
spot on. Yeah.
Okay, I really can't wait to see this display home. So we've already said multiple times, it is a mid-century modern design, or Virtue's take on mid-century modern.
Yeah.
What defines mid-century modern when it comes to architecture and design for homes?
I'm going to let you do it.
Well, I suppose because mid-century modern has, I suppose, it's across multiple countries. Like it's not just obviously an Australian one, and I think if anything, a lot of our inspiration came from overseas, and it sort of started with I think a lot of developments in both how they build structurally, but also I think a lot of it they sort of say is to come down to like a sense of optimism too. So it is this sort of coming out and again, so feeling better about yourself and doing the thing, which I mean, in a post-COVID world, maybe that's
We're
why this is
all
also
about
becoming
self-love and self-help
Yes.
and all the rest. So that's actually leaked into building design.
absolutely.
I
So
love it.
So that blurring the indoor outdoors is a big one. You'll see again across there's a lot of different sort of styles of mid-century, like we're saying with the Palm Springs and Sydney School's another really popular one. I think it's a fair bit. Melbourne's got quite a strong presence. Robin Boyd was a big Melbourne architect who did a lot of mid-century modern. But yeah, having a lot of the straight lines and
Skillion roofs.
spot on. Yep.
And even low-line flat roofs and everything as well.
Yes. Yeah, there aren't a lot of pictures. You see a lot of sort of
It's just,
flat.
or, you know, you can get your
a gentle slope, but not the traditional house shape. You know, we draw a square
the
and then
hip
a
and gable.
triangle.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more low level, which is interesting, actually.
Yeah. And the I call them clerestory windows. You know, the highlight windows that go above like your doors and everything, letting the light in, and that's what we've done we haven't done the clerestory windows in this home, but you know, popping up the ceiling and everything like that to give it that like grand, like the warmth and the grandness and stuff like that of the possibility of having those lights, the clerestory windows put in and stuff like that, having the warmth and the sun come in at every angle, you know.
Just factoring in a lot of orientation and things like that. And I imagine you'd have to have like 2.7 ceiling heights or taller ceilings throughout, because the lack of a pitched roof, I imagine, means that you can't have like raked ceilings or anything like that in the
I mean, you
living
can,
space.
but they're very low line and stuff like that. So, but 2.7 meter ceilings. Well, they worked in feet back then, so it was all about, I think, 9-foot ceilings and stuff like that. You know?
Right.
So that's the kind of standard. And
it can be clever as well in achieving like a flat roof and they sort of call it like a parapet, which we've sort of done around the outside too. We can almost hide the roof kind of profile by having a slightly raised portion in front of it too, which lets you achieve, I suppose, more. So we've got in the living, it gets quite high, especially in the the feature that we're not going to talk about.
An exciting feature in the living space. Right.
Yeah.
I think that's what I meant. Like the design, there is a lot of low lying facades and roofs. So how do you still create a sense of space and room within the house?
Well, another big part of mid-century as well, modern design, is it's all about that open plan living and sort of thing. So you'll find too in this one, you walk in the door, you can see all the way down to the very back of the house.
Oh, I love
same
it.
thing, as you enter sort of through the entrance, quite a wide entry. I'm not going too far.
No.
And then get the living dining. It's all very open. Everything's large and open. The whole family can all be there. It's cleverly zoned. So like whilst it's big, it's not too big. Thanks. But it's it's just another sort of feature. With sort of
opening a front door and being able to see all the way
out to your
through the home. It just, if you can see the green on the other end, it just feels very open and inviting. Like rather than my current house, you open directly into a wall and it's just like, no, you may not pass. Like it's much nicer to have that sort of open space. And that's definitely, I find, where families and even, retirees are heading is just open space, place for entertaining, and then having the bedrooms and things courted off in a more private part of the home.
That's right, yeah.
Is that what we're looking at achieving in this display home?
Possibly.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, possibly.
Very exciting. So what has been your favourite part of this design journey for the new display home?
That's a good question. Not necessarily part of the design journey, but I've really liked interacting with the trades a little bit more in depth, and going out on site to talk to the carpenters, more so about what could work better and things like that. So I've actually really enjoyed that part of it. I mean, I love my job as a building designer. It gives me the greatest satisfaction. But it is exciting in the first stages to kind of go, because our client is our boss, it's like, designing something that Mick's going to like is like, it heightens the excitement I find. So
the reward and payoff at the end is like
as
almost
long as
more.
he likes it.
If he likes it, and I'm sure he does. It's like job security. You've done a really good job. Has it been difficult to translate, and Hamish, I might direct this one to you, has it been difficult to translate the mid-century design and the authenticity, but to modern standards? Like now we have to reach a minimum 7-star energy rating. There's a few other rules involved, whereas I imagine back in the actual day, it was a little more loosey-goosey. We were still
there were
building
many
with this.
standards.
Yeah.
It's kind of, in from my point of view, part of the fun part of the role. It's more the analytical side of it, but it's kind of where like, because this is the case with all homes, and as I suppose standards get stricter and stricter too. It's kind of like still trying to achieve what you want to achieve, but then it's the puzzle of
within
trying
the
to make it
guidelines.
I
work.
was literally going to say the puzzle or the jigsaw, yeah.
Absolutely. So, and we're always working on things, and this is obviously what we're paid to do. So it's kind of to take the big idea and then make it a real thing. So, like I said, we're constantly in the background working on ways to, work with the energy raters, because we've got a really good relationship with a lot of our external consultants as well, and trying to be like, okay, well, how's the best way for us to approach this moving forward? Because it is all a conversation too. It's not just you got to do this. It's kind of like, well, how can we how
Can
we
we tweak something to make it work better or achieve this 7 stars or
without compromising the vision.
Yeah, and
Like
I
was going to say, and not just from the energy rating side, but of res code and obviously all your standards and stuff. It's like there's a lot of still rules that, like, if you don't know, you don't know. But like, just you've got to sort of stick within these sort of boundaries, and then to supposed to be able to transverse that while still delivering the vision is kind of
You guys are professional problem solvers.
Tetris. I think we're pretty good at Tetris.
I wouldn't want to be versing you guys in anything like that. And is that something that you have to tackle not just with this display home, but clients' homes as well?
Every single house, I reckon.
It's the clients come in and go, here's our vision. You go, awesome. And then you go back to the office and look up all the guidelines and go, okay, now how are we going to do this?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's very satisfying, I find, when I go, I'm like, how am I going to do this? And then you do it and you're like, oh, wow. Like,
that sense of achievement.
Okay. And I'm like, I'm good at my job.
Absolutely. That's really exciting, guys. I cannot wait to see this display, hopefully at the end of the year or potentially next year.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with in the interim.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you guys so much for chatting with me today about the Eden 37, and I look forward to seeing the finished product.
Me too. Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you.